quick disclaimer, we are still doing Jack Bright as Jack Bright and not replacing him like the regular SCP Foundation has done. We do not support Admin Bright for various reasons, but we also do love Jack Bright as his character, and people have added to his character, and his character is now a standalone character and not a self-insert of Admin Bright. We do not support Admin Bright or predators online of minors or anyone of online. If you're a predator online, you do not belong here, obviously. Anyways, also, the artwork in this, as you can see, the artwork here, all that artwork is done by Gav Imp and some stuff from Wicked Brony if I do use it, maybe. But they are giving me permission to use this artwork, and it belongs to them. Link in the description along with the link of this story. So yes, check it out and stay sexy, all my sexy muffins. Let's do this. Hello my sexy muffins and welcome back to another video. In this video we are going to be doing a reading of SCP fanfic, which I have been given permission by the creators to read this and post it. And we are hopefully going to be doing chapter 1 through 4, hopefully through 4, maybe to 3, who knows. It depends on how long this video goes. So yeah, let's do it. A disclaimer. This is obviously just for fun and not to be taken serious at all. Simping for fictional characters and shipping them is fine, and obviously this is fiction and headcanon and not canon and such. And also do not be a hater and complain about how they wrote it. This is for them. I will link their video at the end of and the disclaimer. So if not their video but their fanfic, it's off archive of our own. And yes, we will have it all taken care of, and you can read along if you want to do that. I will have it in the description and hopefully the first pinned comment if I remember that. And yes, remember, this is just for fun, not to be taken seriously, and it's just for fun. This is an SCP fanfic with Abel and Dr. Jack Bright and Beta Omega Alpha dynamics and AU, where Jack Bright was basically SCP-963-963 before Abel, and Abel didn't kill him in this one. So yes, that is that. So let's do this. The story is called Beneath a Moonless Sky. Here is the summary. It was very unlikely that they could feel so deeply attracted to each other like this way. But once Dr. Jack Bright and SCP-076-2 crossed paths, they felt a very intense passion, intense passion they thought couldn't be possible, and the consequence of not only for the two of them, but also for the SCP Foundation. Now, here are the notes for the disclaimer. In this world related to the stories of ethical treatment and ethical treatment Montauk Incident, about an alternate universe where the Alpha Beta Omega dynamics are the norm, thing have been upside down for Dr. Jack Bright. Once he met the immortal warrior Abel, SCP-076-2, and awakened feelings they never felt before, with significant consequences for both of them and the organization, as well how it was affected by the tragedy of MTF Omega 7 actions did for the Foundation. In this case, when unpredictable results arrived for the unlikely bond. For ultimately, the hard choices had to be made at the end for the greater good. Also in this world, Dr. Jack Bright wasn't killed by Abel and trapped in SCP-963. As you progress the story, you'll find out warning. For explicit sexual content, though with consent, this is your last warning. Of course, we're going to edit that stuff out and do a not safe for work version for them if you want to be on my Patreon, but otherwise, this will be the safe for work version. Now, let's do this. Boston Harbor, from the city of Boston, Massachusetts. A group of the SCP Foundation are waiting for the ship to settle next to the harbor, while the people of the tourist are looking from about the distance about what's going on. The ship, coming from the United Kingdom, finally arrives in as the beta captain gets off the ship after giving a signal to the rest of the sailors on board. "All right, lads, be careful with it," he warned. Then he stares at the two men approaching. "So I guess you're both Agent Cowboy and Dr. Jack Bright, aren't I?" Exactly. "Welcome to the United States, head Alpha." Michael Bright shakes his hand. "It was a long trip?" "Nothing we couldn't endure, Yank." The captain smirks. "Good thing for us that the monolith didn't do anything during the journey. Jack, help the sailors to take the object off from the ship," Michael ordered his brother. Dr. Bright nods and gives indicators to the crew. "So I was told that the object is dangerous, right?" "Hey, mate." The captain took some notes from his pocket. "According to our archives, the artifact was possessions of the Oddities Occult and Paranormal Society from the mid-1800s. Michael can't help but laugh. "As usual, stuffy English gentleman from the Victorian era." The captain ignores it. "Initially, it was found in an expedition led by Jonathan Davis and his team during a trip to Mongolia. But during the journey back to England, the crew was killed. All of them. So the Society took control of the artifacts they recovered, including this one we took with us. A huge 3-meter stone cube covered in deeply engraved patterns corresponding to no known civilization though our experts suggest it could be ancient Sumerian, and it is approximately 10,000 years old." "Whoa, that's a lot of time." "Just that?" Michael whistles. The captain shook his head. "The Society thought the deaths happened on board were a tragic accident, even if they couldn't explain the mortal wounds on each of the member of the expedition. They kept the cube in the inner sanctum of their office in Westminster, London." Is that Westminster, London? Yes. But then 2 incidents happened. One in 1861, when suddenly an entity appeared in the underground, and many members of the Society were killed during the rampage. Whatever it was only was stopped when crossed with several gangs in the underground tunnels, but many of them were lost during the assault. Good thing it had never reached the surface. The second time it reached the furthest places to Whitechapel, as the survivors wrote, but that happened in the middle of the Blitz during the Second World War, and a bomb fell over the place it was in at that moment. "What exactly are you talking about?" The captain stares at the cube the sailors are carrying towards a truck under Dr. Bright's indications. We suspect the cube holds something, or rather someone, inside. The awful smell we get from it is a clear indication. And whatever it is, who is clearly dangerous. So we decided that it can't stay in the United Kingdom since we are geographically small. If that thing breaks out and reaches dense populated areas easily, many innocent people could be lost. So that's why you're sending us a potential threat to the U.S., knowing that geographically we're bigger than the UK and with lots of empty places to hold this thing away. Michael doesn't know if feeling flattered or offended by taking if ugh. Michael doesn't know if feeling flattered or offended by taking this responsibility. Very well, Captain. From now on, the United States SCP branch will take care of this. Then he moves towards his younger brother, who was staring at the cube already placed in the truck they had ready for transport. Michael's nose wrinkled by the smell. By 343, whatever it contains has the foul smell of rotten blood and sweat. But that gives him a certain thing. This cube is holding a humanoid entity inside. Already on his mind, Michael has assigned the number and class for this. The stone cube is huge and it's really a wonder that the truck is still intact. What do you think about this, Jack? Michael asked it as he crosses his arms and sees the sailors leaving the place. No answer. Jack? He asks. Again, and still no answer. Jack, what are you? Michael stares at his brother and frowns in bewilderment. It's his imagination, or is Jack staring at the cube with awe, his face flushed red. He's taking deep breaths, like smelling something extremely pleasant. Is this for real? Jack, it smells so nice. His brother, with an odd tone in his voice. Jack, Michael said in a high tone, snapped his brother out from his whatever spell he fell into. Jesus, what's wrong with you? Realizing what he did, Bright's face blushed madly, and seemed lost. I think I need to go. Sorry. He ran away. Hey, what are you? But Jack had already left. Michael didn't understand his strange reaction, but there's still work to be done, and he couldn't wait for his brother to get back. He picked up the radio. Send me another researcher, please. Okay, we're going to cut it off there. I originally had 3 chapters done because this is my second take of it, but they got lost for some reason. They won't show up in my editing on edit, so hopefully this will show up. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed. This is part 1. There will be at least 3 more parts, if not more. And I hope that you all enjoyed. And if you want to check out the story ahead of time, I will have a link in the description so you can do that. And if not, okay, that's fine. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed. Thank you, Gav and Wicked Brony, for making this story and for being my patrons. Gav was my first patron and the one who suggested recording this. Thank you, Gav. And Wicked Brony was my second patron and is just as fabulous as Gav. Thank you, Wicked Brony. And yeah, if you want to check out memberships and such, I can do the best that I can do with that. I might adjust them at some point. So do not join memberships until maybe I adjust them, maybe? Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed and stay... Oh yeah, suggested videos at the end, yada yada, all that jazz. Stay sexy, all my sexy muffins. Bye-bye!